Our Jumpstart this morning is a verse that you've heard, especially around the Christmas season, and it is going to activate some faith in you. Here we go. Isaiah 7:14 says this, "Therefore, the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel." Now, we know that this was fulfilled in Jesus, right? We know that he was called Emmanuel, and Emmanuel means God with us. Now, what's going to blow your mind is the verse right before this. We always talk about Isaiah 7:14, but I want you to hear Isaiah 7:13. I want you to hear the context in which the promise that we all know was spoken. Then Isaiah said, "Hear now, you house of David." Now he's talking to God's people. "Hear now, you house of David. Is it not enough to try the patience of humans? Will you try the patience of my God also?" So he's talking to people who are trying God's patience. If you're a parent, you know what that phrase means. You look at your kids and go, "You're really trying my patience." In other words, it means you're really pushing me to the limit and making me really have to have patience. And Isaiah is speaking to people who are living in such a way that they are trying the patience of God. And right after saying that, like, who do you think you are trying God's patience? Isaiah says, therefore, because you're trying the patience of God, therefore, because you're not walking the way that you're supposed to go, the Lord will give you a sign. And that sign was Jesus. And he was called Emmanuel. What I want you to get is that God doesn't just want to be with us when we're great. We think that, right? Well, if God wants to hang out with me, it's because I'm such a good person and I've done all the right things. I've been like 90% good, only 10% bad, so God wants to hang out with me. That's ridiculous, y'all. He wants to hang out with you on your worst day. On your worst day, on the day when you try his patience, he says, "Look, I'm going to give you a sign. My son, Emmanuel." He still wants to be with us, even on the days when we do things that make us feel like he wouldn't want to be with us, and maybe we don't even want to be with him. God never changes. He is constant. All this week, we've looked at verses that were exclusive, right? That sounded like, man, it's only Jesus and nobody else. And here we see why. Because who else, what other God would want to be with us even on days when we're not at our best? Every other religion in the world is based on how you and I act. We have to earn the salvation. We have to earn paradise. But here we see in Isaiah 7:14, we don't have to earn anything from God. Even when they were trying God's patience, he said, "I'm going to send myself to you. I'm going to be with you in the flesh." And then in Jesus, he fulfilled that promise, y'all. He came near us, even when we weren't really the kind of people that others would want to come near. And I'm so thankful for that. I pray that activates some love in you for the Father, some appreciation for how much he loves you, and that you would share that with people as you go through the day.